displacement like, and then we created a fair value gap, and it's 1150. Like, this is probably a trade I would take right now. Yeah, we could watch it together. Hello. Welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about my ultimate trade setup and the trade that we took today. So yes, I want to say welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you learned something from the video. I will talk about higher time frame objectives, new week opening gaps, bias, and PD arrays. We'll get into all of that really quickly. I'm gonna try to make this video under 10 minutes long, so I don't want to be talking too much, but I also want to give you guys the best and most detailed information that I can. So with that being said, let's dive deep into the video. Let's get in these charts and let's just crush it. All right, cheers. And thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys come back and watch all the videos because I am trying to teach and I'm trying to learn. So, and if you want to learn something more, let me know in the comments what you want to see, but let's get right into it. Dive deep. Cheers. Okay, so it's today. We are Wednesday, April 19th. Today we had a pretty slow moving day, but right now I'm on the 15-minute chart. And as you can see, we actually had a pretty large range opening gap. Another thing I want to point out is we're in consolidation kind of market profile right now, only because we had news on Monday, but the news on Monday didn't do too much to the markets. We have news on Thursday and we have news on Friday. So if we are going to get bigger moves, it's going to be tomorrow or Friday. So today was a consolidation market because, yeah, it's just kind of been that way all week. Even if we go into the daily chart here. Oh my gosh. Wrong button. I'm supposed to push 1 day. Let's try this again. One day. There we go. Yeah, so, I mean, daily analysis. This is what I wrote down this morning. What I'm seeing in this market failed to come to the C.E of the daily wick. So I thought maybe we could be trading lower. But the more you look at it, the more you can see is in order to trade lower, we'd want to go below this daily low and then into this old new week opening gap. But this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday, yeah, we had large wicks, small bodies, but look at where they have all closed. It's been closing in this previous new week opening gap and this week's new week opening gap. And the fact that we're closing in such close proximity to these areas just proves to me that we are in consolidation. We are in consolidation profile. If we are going to get any sort of expansion, I will want to see it expand tomorrow or Friday because that's when the news is released. So yeah, I kind of go through my daily, then I go down to the 1 hour. 1 hour, as you can see, we don't have too much going on here. We came up into this new week opening gap yesterday, sold off during London and Asian session. It came down, filled in all this imbalance, hit off of this 1 hour order block right here, came back down, taking out these lows at 8:30. And then buying up into this 1 hour FVG and closing in this 15 or this opening range gap. So when I'm looking at opening range gaps, I mark them out as black squares just because I color code all my squares. FVGs, fair value gaps, are purple. Breakers are green. Opening range gaps are black. Mitigation blocks are red. And I don't use all of them, but I do like to have them color coded just in case. So I'll just go to like settings on this rectangle, and then I made all these templates of different colors. So I have black or blue. Blue is volume imbalance. Green, breaker block. Purple, fair value gap. Red, mitigation block. And then yellow is just like if I want to point something out that's like very interesting, I'll use that because it's very distinct. But we're just gonna keep it at black as the opening range gap. What is the opening range gap? Well, when you go down here into this session, this is electronic trading hours. If we click it, it goes to regular trading hours. And basically what that means is from the time we close yesterday at 4:59 or something like that, to the time we open, I'll make a little box. So from close into the open of at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be the bottom of this blue candle because that is the opening price. I will draw out this box and then I go back down to electronic trading hours, and then this is what's created. So basically all of this was off time trading, which is London session and Asian session. And then as you can see, it opens up at 9:30 and then we just trade, trying to close in that opening range gap. So I'll have that on the 15-minute. I noticed down here we took out some sell side liquidity and we're trading higher. We have this fair value gap here that we filled in, but the reason I liked buys today was, one, we're in consolidation, so the market is likely to draw back towards the new week opening gap, fill in the opening range gap. So even though I do want to see the market go lower for potential expansion, considering we're in consolidation right now, it's probably not going to expand and we're just going to kind of go like this all week, right? So because we're doing this, we're just going like this, I expecting consolidation, and consolidation would be buy to fill in this opening range gap and to trade up into this new week opening gap. Boom. So I usually have my 15-minute charts like that. Then I have a different tab where it's on the 5-minute charts. This morning around the open, and then I just kind of watched the 5 minutes and the 1 minute. I was kind of watching the 1 minute because I wanted to see like what we're doing. I noticed that we had this volume imbalance in here that we didn't actually trade past. So 9:30 happened. We came up a little bit. I was like, okay, we could potentially see an expansion day. Who knows with the markets, but I was not expecting it to do that because we have just been consolidating all week and there's news tomorrow and Friday. So probably consolidation today, Monday, Tuesday. The fact that we respected, though, this fair value gap that was created at 9:30 and the volume imbalance that was created at 9:30 as well, 9:29. The fact that we respected it, closed it in, came up, respected it again, respected it, and we just kept doing this until like 10 o'clock when we finally got like a little bit of a push, breaking market structure right here. I was like, okay, look, we got something's happening. Break of market structure. I was like, okay, so then it came back down, didn't tap into this again, so respecting it again, and then we made this displacement leg up here, creating a fair value gap, so I drew that out in time, and the fact that we wanted to see the opening range gap fill in and the new week opening gap traded to, I wanted to see my 5-point handle run, but in order for us to get a 5-point move, we want to aim for 10 points, right? Because the minimum we can get is 5 points, but if we have a 10-point run, we're more likely to get the 5 points. So to the top of this new week opening gap was 9.25 with the entry at the very at the 1 pip in to the FVG. And I was like, okay, that's manageable. We can do that. So, of course, we had this trade up, and then look, boom, we already got our 5 points like in no time, which was awesome to see. But I just kind of wanted to see like if the market would eventually get up to our target of the new week opening gap and then eventually close in the opening range gap. Again, it's been a very slow day. Like the fact that this all happened within the first 30 minutes is just choppiness back and forth, had a little bit of displacement, and then like just kind of, you know, slowly trickling up, come back here, have one more entry, boom, hits this new week opening gap. It's actually not the worst price action, but it's just slower. And then, yeah, and I also on the 5-minute chart, I checked to see where we could possibly go, where our closest bets, and basically like if the market's gonna go somewhere, where is it gonna go? We had this buy side liquidity here, so that was already taken pretty prematurely. We also had these equal highs up here, so we had this marked out, boom, market came, took out those buy side liquidity. And then of course we had the new week opening gap and this fair value gap, which actually was traded into. And yeah, now we've just kind of been bouncing around at the top here. I don't expect much to happen. This was the silver bullet trade for today, and our silver bullet trade is from 10 a.m. to 11. Yeah, I mean, it was a good trade, I must say. So came back down, came up, traded into the new week opening gap beautifully, and now we've just kind of been consolidating, which is what we expected. What I really want to see is the opening range gap completely filled, and then of course to this consequent encroachment of the previous new week opening gap, and of course the 15-minute highs, the daily highs being taken out. Like I would like to see that. The fact that it's almost 12 o'clock now, actually 11:50, so we have a macro about to happen that could potentially be interesting. Maybe you'd like to see this fair value gap respect price right now. We'll change that to purple because that's fair value gap. Yeah, since it's almost 11:50, what I really want to see is this fair value gap support price, and then go into these equal highs here. Take out these equal highs, and then potentially this 15-minute highs, and then fill in this gap. That'd be awesome. I don't want to see this low get taken out because this low... Here, let's put this in right now. I don't want to see this low get taken out because if it gets taken out, then the direction is wrong, and that's fine. But considering we already took out this low, this low, this low, this low, this low, these equal lows with this, and then we had a displacement leg, and then we created a fair value gap, and it's 11:50, like this is probably a trade I would take right now. Yeah, we could watch it together. I really did want to have this video 10 minutes long, but that's fine. I don't mind. Maybe I'll try to do some editing. But what I want to see is these 15-minute highs get taken out right now. It's a 6.25 point run, which is not the best, but considering it's 11:50, we have a macro that goes from 11:50 to 12:10. And considering we already took out lows here with this run, displacement, breaking market structure right here, but we never even took out these highs. So I would like to say we're looking to take out these highs at a minimum. And if we take out this low, that's fine. Like, the trade didn't work, it's fine. But I'm looking to take out these relative equal highs. and then into the 15-minute highs. How did I get these 15-minute highs? Well, what I like to do is kind of look through and see, oh, what are the 15-minute highs of the day? So it's technically the high of the day and the low of the day. I like to have those on my charts every single day. And yeah, it's right here would be like the high of the day around the open. And then this is the low of the day, of course. So there's lots of liquidity above these highs that needs to get taken, and the fact that it will be a closure in on the opening range gap and the consequent encroachments right here as well for the new week opening gap. That's also a nice target too, and something we can be looking forward to aiming for, right? So we're always looking at where could the market go potentially, like where is it likely to draw towards? Where's the liquidity? Where are the inefficiencies? Are we buying? Are we selling? What kind of market profile are we in? We're always asking these why questions, like why? Why is this happening? Why? My reasoning for this trade right now is, well, we've already taken out multiple lows while leaving these relative equal highs on the market. We have a fair value gap right here that we traded into, and I want to see this fair value gap respect price and act as support. It's 11:52 right now. See the time right here? It's 11:50. So what that means is there's a macro about to take place. We want to see market draw towards these relative equal highs here. This consequent encroachment, the high of the new week opening gap, the low of the new week opening gap, the 15-minute highs. Like there's a lot of areas to be targeted essentially in a very short range. So that's something good to watch out for. We also have the closure of this opening range gap here, which would be something else. And then of course the consequent encroachment of the previous new week opening gaps. So lots of reasons why I want to see the market draw up, kind of go up towards these 15-minute highs, towards this relative equal highs. Like there's lots of liquidity resting above there. And considering we already had this like kind of breakdown, taking out this liquidity, breaking market structure, displacement, like boom. Like we want to see the market essentially just run towards the top now. Of course, it might take a little bit because I'm filming. So what first objective would be these relative equal highs being taken. And then a 5-point run would just be right there. So, of course, the only thing that I don't like about this trade is it's not an easy 10-point handle run, but it is a really easy, like, 3-point run because we have those relative equal highs right there. So it's kind of just something like maybe if you want to, maybe if you're looking for, I don't know, just if you're trying to get over entering trades, like this would probably be a good trade to enter because we have a clear, definite area of liquidity, clear entry, and a potential profit of 3 points, which again is not the best. So this isn't the best trade, but it is just cool that it's happening live. And I just like that it's in the macro. And again, we have like a consolidation kind of market profile. So who knows what the market will do. But I do want to see it hit through these relative equal highs right now. Because, yeah. So, yes. I could show you guys also the Dow and the NAS. I always have this on another tab. I like to put this right here at 7 a.m. There's no distinct reason why I place it at 7 a.m. It could be like 8 or 9 or 3, but I just like having this line here essentially so I can compare the Dow and the NAS. So I can be like, okay, like look, we took out these highs, or like this morning we had very different opens like the 930 on the NAS, we shot up. The 930 on the Dow, we shot down. Like that's something you don't want to see, and that's just another reason for consolidation profile. And then of course we didn't even take out a high or low afterwards on the Dow. We've just kind of been like, but on the NAS, we came back down, filled in this fair value gap, came back up, boom, traded, made a higher high, again, did it again, and we just keep aiming for the highs up here. And yeah, the Dow is just very slow, which is shocking, but we always kind of compare the indices to indices. DXY, on the other hand, I did want to see the DXY make lower lows today, but we've just kind of been matching, essentially. Like, look at this. DXY, if I had to choose, yeah, there's like a possible, look at this, there's a possible breaker here. And the breaker is green. And I didn't really want to see it trade into that area to go lower, but we did take out the relative equal lows, which was something I was aiming for, and then now we've just kind of been trickling higher. Let's go back to our E-mini chart. So boom, just like that, there's 5 handle run. The reason, again, we like this trade is we had the fair value gap, we came back down, we took out these equal highs. Those was our target. We wanted to see the market close in this opening range gap. And just time, like, remember that time is so important when we're doing anything. Time and price. We have the time, which was 11:50. What happens at 11:50 to 12:10? It's a macro. What does that mean? We have a push. We have a push towards liquidity, right? So we're like, where was the liquidity? It was above these equal highs right here. So we had a nice little push. We actually closed in the new week opening gap, you know, like we had a 5-point run essentially, right? It was like we just had that push. We just took out this liquidity down here. Push. We're filling in this inefficiency, you know. We're filling in this, an opening range gap is an inefficiency. So we're filling that in. And oh my gosh, this is going to be a long video. I'm sorry. But I'm just excited that we got to see a live trade together. Yeah, so I mean, beautiful, really. We wanted to see these relative equal highs get taken. Yeah, it wasn't like the biggest run, but the precision of ICT concepts is like smack dab, like get it, you know? So yeah, I mean, I'm happy you guys hopped on live and we got to do this live execution together. And yeah, this was really awesome to have that experience with you. The only reason I don't do live executions or live trading is because I like to focus in the mornings and do that, but it is Wednesday and I really wanted to make a YouTube video, and considering I already had a trade this morning and the fact that we got on here and we got to do another trade, I mean, today is a pretty good day. Yeah. So we'll watch this. It'll probably come back up into these 15-minute highs, like I said. And I would love to see the opening range gap be closed completely. And remember, we're doing the 5-handle runs. Like, we're about to have this 5-handle run made. Yeah, we did it all live. So anyways, thank you guys for hopping on. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you for supporting me and supporting the channel, and I hope you learned something today. Boom, look at that. Look, we're getting onto our 15-minute has. And yeah, if you guys want to see more live executions, let me know in the chats. If you learned something today, let me know in the chats. If there's something you want to learn today or tomorrow or next week, or just something you want me to touch on, maybe that I was speed talking through the video. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I would just love to know more about what you guys want to see and if you're enjoying these videos. So yeah, I kind of want to stick around and see if we can hit these 15-minute highs. But you guys can go look in your charts. It's 4175.75. If we hit that today, that's a pretty good day. We took out the highs, and then we're definitely in consolidation. So anyways, thank you guys for hopping on. Cheers. And we'll see you all next week. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening and rest of your week and weekend and everything. And we'll talk soon. Cheers. Bye now.